Be honest. Why does a random comment from someone you've never met ruin your mood? Why does one look from a stranger in public make you suddenly self-conscious? Why do you replay small interactions in your head with people who don't even know your name? They're strangers. So why does their opinion feel so heavy? Today, we read breaking down why you care so much about what strangers think and what that fear is really protecting. First, your brain doesn't understand stranger. It understands social threat. Thousands of years ago, being judged by the group could mean exclusion, and exclusion meant danger. Humans survived in tribes. Reputation was survival currency. So your nervous system evolved to scan for disapproval, facial expression, a whisper, a laugh you assume is about you. Even today, your brain reacts as if social rejection equals physical risk. Logically, a stranger's opinion doesn't matter. Biologically, it feels like it does. Second, strangers feel like a mirror. When someone who doesn't know you forms an opinion, feels pure, unbiased, unfiltered. You think, if they see something wrong with me, it must be true. But that's not how perception works. Strangers project. They filter you through their insecurities, beliefs, and assumptions. They aren't evaluating you objectively. They're interpreting you through their own lens. And you are giving that lens too much authority. There's also something else happening. You're not just afraid of what strangers think. You're afraid of confirming your own hidden doubts. If you already worry that you're awkward, unattractive, or not enough, a stranger's reaction feels like proof. It validates your inner critic. And the inner critic is loud. So when someone glances at you in the gym, when someone doesn't respond to your message, when someone unfollows you, it activates the story you already carry. This isn't about them. It's about the narrative inside you. Social media intensifies this. You're now exposed to judgment at scale. Views, likes, comments, silence. Your brain reads engagement as approval, and lack of engagement as rejection. Strange. Even though strangers scroll past hundreds of posts without thinking twice, to them, it's a second. To you, it feels personal because your brain ties visibility to worth. So how do you stop caring so much? First, recognize that most strangers are not thinking about you. They are thinking about themselves, their appearance, their problems, their insecurities. You're a background character in their story, just like they are in yours. Second, question the authority you give them. Why does someone who doesn't know your values, your struggles, or your character get to define you? They don't have enough data. Third, build internal validation. When you know who you are, your principles, your strengths, your flaws, outside opinions lose intensity. Not because you become arrogant, but because you become anchored. Caring about what strangers think is human. It means you're wired for connection. But connection doesn't require constant approval. You don't need universal acceptance to be safe. You don't need everyone to understand you to be valuable. The more secure you become internally, the quieter the outside noise feels. So the next time you catch yourself spiraling over a stranger's opinion, pause and ask, is this about them or is this about me? Because freedom begins the moment you stop handing your identity to people who don't even know your story. If this video helped you, consider subscribing for more content on navigating the modern world. Thanks for watching.